Welcome back to the studio. I'm going to be working on this sunflower right here, and this is a painting. It's a commission that a couple from Oklahoma, some of my longtime collectors, have commissioned me to do this. And they're a fun couple. We met them many years ago at a collector event, and they had come. They were getting married, and Mitch and Lynn decided to buy one of my paintings as a wedding present to themselves, and they've been collecting my artwork ever since. I think they've attended every single collector event since then, and just have become really wonderful friends over the years. And so it's just really neat to be doing this for them. Just mixing a little bit more color. My yellows that I'm using are mixes of cadmium yellow medium plus the dark. The shadows have a little bit of mud mixed in, and my mud is 2 parts of ultramarine blue and 1 part of alizarin crimson. And so that's my darker color. Then I've got a medium color that I'm using. I'm showing you right now. This is my cadmium yellow medium, plus a tiny bit of orange. And then I've got cadmium yellow medium, and then cadmium yellow medium, plus some lemon yellow. So I first begin blocking in the petals, and the light's coming in from the upper left, so these petals down here are going to be the lightest. And I showed you my reference material in the very beginning. I have that on my laptop to the right of my easel, which makes it very easy to refer to. Now notice how, in fact I'll show you again. I can turn my brush to make these long petals. I start flat, and then I can turn it. But see how my paintbrush has picked up some of the green from that leaf underneath? So I have to keep wiping my brush out, keep cleaning it, so that I have clean paint on the canvas. The secret to having clean, crisp colors in your painting is to have a clean brush. In fact, I'm going to take a little smaller brush for this. And I use a lot of tissue. I wipe out my brush, but again, and now I've saved some of my background color, and I can take some of that red. I like that little shape of this petal, so I can just take the red and do that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my lighter mixture. This has some lemon yellow in it, and just come along that petal. The petals aren't all pointed. Some of them have a little, the wind sort of shreds them, whatever. In our previous home, we had 2 acres, and so I had a big bed of sunflowers, and I was able to get all kinds of fun pictures of them. And it's really neat seeing how the wind just shapes the petals and tears them and gives them all sorts of neat little character. Now I'm going out into the frame. You can see I have this masked off with my tape. So I need to make sure that my edges match up here where the frame and the background meet. And I'll also be able, when I take the tape off, if I need to make any little adjustments, I can. But go ahead and make some now. But the leaves the petals end up getting little holes in them and whatever. It's like right here. I'm just going to go ahead and put a little opening in there. And that just gives them character. to use a smaller brush for this one. This is a little narrower. I'll make sure my brush is clean. And I let these petals get a little bit darker as they come out here because they're going to be against that white frame. So I'll let them be a little bit darker. Just these ends. Hardest part of doing this painting was getting those edges masked off and cutting that tape. And these all just come out. Now, I will show some variation in these. I'll put some darks in here just to kind of give some separation. Petals aren't just on your sunflowers, petals aren't just all just one shade of yellow. They're different shades. It's like they're different shapes. They're not all the same shape. Bring a little bit of some darks in here. Just want variation in these. Now these petals here are going to be a little bit darker because they're not receiving, underneath here they're not receiving as much light from up above. Don't think that one matches up real well. I'm going to have to come back and do a little bit of work on the background here. See where my tape comes down, it should come out like so. It doesn't matter if I get a little red tinge into this petal. And then this one's also going to be a little bit darker here where it turns and comes back into the sun. You just have to think of your sun's coming up from this direction, so the underneath of these is going to be darker. And then when they flip back up, then they'll get a little bit lighter. Let this one go over this. This is coming forward of those leaves, so it's going to break over that leaf. As it flips back, it's going to catch a little bit more light there. Now I'm going to get my center in there. My center is a mixture of my mud plus some cadmium orange. And I had several varieties of sunflowers. The ones that I'm using for reference, I actually have a little bit different center than what I'm going to put into this one. This one's going to have a darker center than the one that I'm using for reference. And this mixture has a little more white into it. It gets darker here around these petals, around the edge. I just love sunflowers. Jack asked me one time, if I were a flower, what kind of flower would I be? And I immediately said, I would be a sunflower. I can't look at them without smiling. They're just such a happy, cheerful flower. They're so determined, they'll grow anywhere. When you see them in big cities growing out of cracks in the sidewalk, they're just a tenacious, cheerful flower. I'm going to have more work to do to this. I'm just kind of getting this blocked in right now, but It kind of shows you my basic colors. Coming around here and using a little bit of ultramarine blue plus white just to add a little coolness around the edge of that center. And now I'm going to bring these petals come out now in front of the center. They're come over and loop back. So I want to bring some of these out and about here. And these catch the light. I picked up some of my color from the center. And this sunflower here, the petals are going to come back this way. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and put some of those in so we can make these transitions. I'm going to paint a little more of my red in there. This is cadmium red light. And then this is going to be, here I'm going to use cadmium red medium. Just so that it makes it transition a little bit easier to paint wet and wet. Rotating over the white. Okay, clean my brush out. Bring these petals here. And by painting into wet paint, then you can really gives you a nice flow onto these. And then the light's hitting these here as they come over. So these two flowers sort of intersect into each other. I think this one will come in front. So let's just bring this petal like so. And this one's actually, this petal's going to make a shadow on that petal. And we'll put, this petal comes over that one. I really appreciate you watching my YouTube videos. Please subscribe to my channel and visit my blog. You'll see the complete step-by-step process of this painting, as well as others that I do. And the link is in the description below. The address is also on the final frame of my YouTube video. So you just have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you again for watching.